the Bible did not write on what he did as a boy, what he did when he was growing up. Very little is written about Jesus' early years. We can only speculate because Joseph was a carpenter and they stayed near the Sea of Galilee. So therefore, Jesus could be a carpenter. Okay. And one of the few times that Jesus' name was mentioned in the gospel was at the age of 12 in the gospel of Luke. Okay. This was when the whole family, Jesus Christ family, they are from Nazareth. So they went for a pilgrimage. This is during Passover. What is Passover again?
When God passed over in Egypt, he passed over all of the Hebrews.
The death of the firstborn in Egypt. Okay, so because they were Jewish, the whole family are Jewish. Okay, so they went to the temple to celebrate Passover. And when they were in the temple to celebrate, they had to go all the way from Nazareth to Jerusalem. Okay, so they went to pray in the temple, and then you must imagine the temple got a lot of people, and then they went to pray in a very big group. They went there. After they finished prayed, they had to go home lah. So the whole family left. The little Jesus was left behind. And then when the family left, when they left Jerusalem, and then they started counting numbers of people. They started counting 1, 2, 3, 8. Where is the little Jesus? So they rushed back all the way to the temple and asked, how come you didn't follow us back? And then Jesus said, I am already with my Father. This is home. Okay? So basically, he has already shown some of his divinity at the age of 12. But the turning point of the life of Jesus Christ is when he met St. John the Baptist. Okay, St. John the Baptist, does you know him? Does it appear in your religion?
Sorry?
The St. John the Baptist.
Saint John. I think there's sometimes in Islam the names are a bit different, so maybe he does.
St. John the Baptist is Nabi Yahya.
Nabi, Yahya, I have heard the name, yeah.
Okay, so St. John the Baptist is Nabi Yahya. Okay, Nabi Yahya as-Salam. Okay, Nabi Yahya. Okay, he is just not a prophet in Christianity, but in Islam, Baha'i, and Mandaism. Mandaism is basically Gnostic Christianity. Okay, so St. John the Baptist, if you see him, he looks a little bit weird because he will wear camel, his whole headdress will be like in camel's hair, and he just dressed up very simple or very rough, whatever way you have to say it. So it was St. John the Baptist who met Jesus Christ, and through the baptism, if not mistaken, this is the River Jordan. Okay, and check the river. Is it River Jordan? I'm not too sure. Okay, and then baptize Jesus Christ. Okay, basically, number one is you wash all the sins, and then Jesus Christ's nature as the true Son of God is revealed. This is also the beginning of Jesus Christ as the time he started teaching. Okay, so his baptism, meeting St. John the Baptist. Okay, St. John the Baptist will be very clear in this. He baptized Christ, and Christ is now the Son of God. Now, have you ever realized that in the Bible and the Gospel, between the age of 12, remember last time we said that when he was in the church, in the temple, second temple, from age 12 to age 30, you know, the Bible talked when he was lost at the temple. Well, until St. John the Baptist at age 30. What happened in between? What did they teach you in church, Leon?
Huh?
What did they teach you in church about the 18 years?
Before that or after that?
During the 18 years, between 12 and 30.
Oh, he was
Doing his ministry, is it?
No. Only after 30 he was doing his ministry, right? So between 12 and 30,
Oh, he was in Egypt, is it? No.
could be, could be. Vanessa, how about you? What did they teach you in church?
I actually did not learn about his early ages.
Yeah, we did not learn about his time in from 12 to 30.
Because
My school was a Methodist school, so everyone had to take Bible knowledge. So they just taught us that we don't really need to know about his in between years because like he didn't do anything
yeah.
important. That's what they just said. They said you don't need to really know. Nothing much happened. He just lived life normally.
the Bible and the gospel did not mention anything about Jesus Christ from the age 12 to 30. He just
Yeah.
under the radar. Okay, let's just watch this video clip how you explain the lost years. What is the wildest theories that you heard about this period?
I heard that he got married. Like there's another account, like it's a published account, but I can't remember the name. But my school told us like this account, they say about how Jesus had like a wife and stuff like that.
You sure it's wife or not wives?
Wives, sorry, wives.
But you see, because of these missing years, what you say is speculation. It's not recorded. You know, there are so many speculations about this. But you have to take this in the context of faith and in the context of historical. The context of faith, nothing can be said, right? So because nothing is written. So the context of historical is what you see in the video. Most probably he stayed around Nazareth, and then, you know, he was a carpenter. He could be a fisherman because it's very near to the Sea of Galilee. But if you want to take speculative history, you can say he married many times, many wives, okay, wife or many wives. Then he could even travel all the way to India. You guys heard of that theory, right? Okay, he went to India. Okay, let's look. You know this one, his theory of going to India.
Was Jesus Christ a yogi in India? Did he visit India during his so-called lost years? Did he live in this Tibetan monastery for some time? In 1887, a Russian traveler, Nicholas Nadovich, came to this monastery where he was shown a Tibetan manuscript that told about Jesus having lived there. His discovery, which he related in...
Okay, so you will see some of these speculative theories that he went to India. Okay, so much so in India, in that particular location in Kashmir, in Srinagar. If you go to Kashmir, Srinagar today, there is Jesus' tomb, Srinagar. Okay? And then they also speculated that Jesus went all the way to Japan, that he has a tomb in Omura Prefecture. Okay? So a lot of things are. But because nothing is stated by the context of faith, so we have to use historical truths to make up he probably stayed around Galilee. Okay, now we go to his ministry. Jesus as a teacher, okay, at the age of 30, he started teaching. Okay, his method of teaching is to tell stories, to tell parables, and he used pity sayings. You know what are pity sayings? Have you heard of this term called pity sayings, Vanessa?
No.
Pity sayings is short, well, meaningful sayings. So in very small, short, concise words, you can tell a story. Okay, so Jesus will go around. Okay, he will teach. He will teach like this, and his teachings can also be in the form of performing miracles. So when you perform miracles, that is also how he was able to attract a lot of attention. And of course, when you attract attention, it also means you will now come under the radar of the Roman. He will come under the radar of the Jewish elders and the Roman overlords. Okay? The Roman overlords, not so much, they couldn't care less about Jesus. this is some far away place in the Holy Land. The Roman people are not, the governor is not going to be bothered. It is the Jewish elders who didn't like Christ, because the Jewish elders felt that Jesus is now threatening the old religion of Judaism. But as I said, when Jesus performed miracles, it is also a way that he is able to attract people to him. Okay, for example, how he feed thousands of people, how he cast out evil spirits, how he made wine, okay, how he healed people from the dead. Okay, all these were things that made Jesus Christ become a very popular teacher. So next time I must learn how to heal people and learn how to raise people from the dead, then can have better TES scores. Also, by teaching, by giving parables. Let's look at an example of one parable.
Behold, the sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell in good ground, and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
You know, this parable are very meaningful, you know. How many of you have heard? No, you guys, how many of you go to church? How many of you are Christians? Leon, Vanessa, some more? Anybody else? Have you ever been told that just now about the numbers of returns, right? How many of you have in church, if you give $1, God will give you back $2 in return? Have you heard of that?
Oh, prosperity gospel.
Prosperity gospel, the figure that they always use is 30 times. So if you give God $1, God will give you back $30 in return. The best investment policy ever, better than Amanah Saham. Okay? Yeah, it's not a joke, serious, because that is how, okay, they took that from this one of the parables of his teachings. Okay, so you give God $1, he'll give you back $30 in return. But that is prosperity gospel, which we will see later. Now, if you become very popular, of course, not all people will like you. Okay, so the people who don't like him are the scribes and the Pharisees, which are basically the religious people and the people of the Jewish faith. Also, the leaders of Jerusalem didn't like him because they felt their position of Judaism was threatened. Okay, the idea of this idea about Roman religion and about Christianity, that will come much later. Okay? People normally, if you read books, they say that because the Roman Empire is polytheistic, so Jesus Christ is a threat to the Roman religion. This will come later, not so much now. During the life of Jesus Christ, it was the Jewish elders who were not in agreement with Jesus Christ. Okay, so the Romans were only aware of Christianity much later, and of course, the Romans didn't like it. You know what is the very good for the Romans? How many of you know what did the Romans did with the Christians?
Is that the one where they put them in the gladiator place and fed them to lions?
Yes, they become Friskies cat food. So in other words, the Christians, okay, they were fed to the lions. But this is much later. During the life of Jesus Christ, resistance came mainly from the Jewish community, elders, okay, the scribes, the Pharisees. Okay. Now we'll go to the final year of Jesus Christ, but I have 2 minutes more. Okay. Do you think we can restart or we do it until the end? Never mind, let's do 2 more slides. Now, final year. This final year of Jesus Christ is the most important because this is what we celebrate about Christianity today. Okay, the talk about Ash Wednesday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, everything happens during this final year. Okay, in the final year, the Gospels, Jesus Christ will make his return to Jerusalem. Okay, in this final, Jesus will not be in Nazareth anymore. He will be in Jerusalem. So he will return to Jerusalem. But then people ask, why you want to come back to Jerusalem? If you go back to Jerusalem, you will die. Okay? But for Jesus Christ, Jerusalem is the Jewish capital, the holy city, and Jerusalem that many of the prophets ended their life. So Jesus Christ went back to Jerusalem. Vanessa, you recognize this, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Donkey.
Not the donkey. The what? The bike.
The bomb.
Yes. Okay, you see that, right? Every year. Okay, so this is to signify the last year of Jesus Christ. And the last year of Jesus Christ, you look at this painting. This is Leonardo da Vinci's painting called the Last Supper. Is basically, now, we need to stop in 1 minute. So let's stop and then restart. Okay, hold on.